Here is why a vision board is absolutely imperative to the job search if you want to really land the job of your dreams.
Hey there, I'm Shannon.
And I'm Micah.
We're the coaches at Shine Bright Coaching, and we created this channel to offer tips, resources, and everything you need to land a job you love that we've gained from our 10 years of coaching our clients to make successful job transitions and find more meaning and fulfillment. So welcome.
Yeah, so vision boards.
Vision boards.
Vision boards are something that come up a lot if you see in social media and people say do it, and a lot of times we get pushback because clients feel like it's very woo-woo.
Yes.
And actually what we have learned is it is a strategic piece of figuring out and then setting the goal of where you want to go.
Yep, and we're going to walk you through 4 steps on how to be thinking about a vision board, why it's actually so powerful in a career transition and finding a job that you love, and then a tip on how to get started.
Awesome. So why? That's the big question.
Yes.
Why should I do this? Why should I spend my time doing this? And the bottom line is we are driven in our lives by our subconscious. We try so hard to change and make new habits and things like that, and we're still coming back to the subconscious. So when you're trying to make a job change, you have to rise above that. You have to gain self-awareness so that you can make the change that you want to, and not just the one that's next to you, easy or convenient. So the vision board is imperative to that because it helps you to reset your subconscious. Reset your subconscious.
Sounds pretty woo-woo.
It does sound woo-woo, but think about it logically. So our subconscious was formed by our childhood and all the experiences we've had thus far, but mostly from ages 1 to 7. And with that as a guide in our lives, we often don't end up where we want to be. So to reset it is something that actually helps us gain focus faster. So when you create a vision board, you are actually stopping, taking the time to set a new goal. And while it is something visual, hence the vision board, it's also something that helps you to internally reset that subconscious. And that's what we're after. And that's where we have seen success with our clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to kind of add on, so tip number 2, why do a vision board when you're trying to land a new job? So what I see often with clients, and I'm sure you see this too, is that there's this idea, whether it's conscious or not, that like when I land the job, I'll be the person I think I'm going to be. I'll start using my strengths. I'll be happy. I'll feel successful. I'll feel confident. And here's the thing. We don't actually get the things that we want from a different state of being. So what I mean by that is if you are in a job search or, in a job and you're unhappy, you're miserable, you feel stuck, you feel overwhelmed, how likely do you think it is that you are going to attract to you an amazing and incredible career or new job? Probably not very likely, right? Like attracts like. So the power of sitting down and beginning to imagine how you want to feel in your new job, how you want to feel in your career, who you think you want to be, right? Do you want to be powerful? Do you want to feel peaceful? Do you want to feel alive or adventurous? Beginning to connect to and claim or declare how you want to feel and what you're actually aiming for. Because here's the thing, we want the things we want in our life, whether it's a new job, a new partner, a vacation, more money, because we think it's going to make us feel a certain way. So the trick is, how do you begin to start connecting to those feelings now, right? To begin to attract to you the experiences, the jobs, the people that are in alignment with how you want to feel. Because like Micah said, if you're acting from your subconscious or you're miserable and so frustrated in your job search or your current job, guess what? You're going to get more of that brought to you. So the vision board is a way of beginning to imagine, where do I want to be? Who do I want to become? And how do I start getting in alignment with that now to begin drawing those things to me?
100%.
And what's tip number 3?
tip number 3 is that it's absolutely important when you're starting your vision board to go into it with an open mind, but also with a plan. So since it isn't an easy thing for everyone to do, to sit down and to create a vision board, it's important to make sure that you give yourself time and space, and also some tools to create that vision board, or to even be able to kind of think on those different levels that Shannon was just sharing. So next we're going into the how-to.
All right, so how? I think there's a lot of different ways. Kind of the old school way was, grabbing, magazines and a poster board, but there's ways you can do it online, and I will share some of those tips. But where I'd like you to begin, if you're interested and open to this exercise, and I just want to say too, we've been doing this for a long time, and we've seen our clients have incredible results with this. Just in our group coaching a few weeks ago, we had a client who shared their vision board, and he just talked through how inspired he felt by sitting down and really thinking about, how do I want to feel in my next job? And he created this amazing collage of images and pictures that really elicited the feelings he wanted to feel in the next phase of his career. And it really fueled his career exploration, and it's really helping him to align to the opportunities that are going to be, matching how he wants to feel. So, we're not just, talking about vision boards for the fun of it. We've seen this actually work and be a powerful tool in the job search. So my recommendation is, before you get started, sit down for 10 minutes, close your eyes, and allow yourself to begin to imagine your ideal workday. Start from waking up in the morning. How are you feeling, right? How do you feel when you get out of bed? What do you put on? What are you wearing? Then where are you going? Are you working from home? Are you going to a co-working space? Do you go to a really busy office, or do you have a really quiet, peaceful space? How are you spending your day, right? What does it look like? Is there windows? Is there lots of books, right? What are you doing throughout the day? And then at the end of the day, how do you want to feel? And just kind of start to connect to all those feelings, begin to imagine it, kind of get in that headspace. And then, dependent on if you want to do kind of the old school and grab a bunch of magazines, you just start flipping through and pull anything that catches your eye. You don't have to know why or, right, what the reason is, just pull it all. If you decide to do an online vision board, things like Canva, there's also something called Google Draw, are online applications that you can use in order to be pulling images online. And same thing, just start scrolling through images. Maybe you can put in some things that come to mind as keywords and see what types of images show up. Pull a bunch of them, start to kind of arrange them, either manually on the poster board or on the online space. And then, kind of sit with it. Are you getting the feelings? Is it eliciting anything for you, right? And just keep going until you feel like, this is it, right? I'm feeling inspired, or I'm feeling a certain way, or this is really connecting me into that ideal day, or how I want to feel. Then, this is the most important part. Sit with that vision board for 10 minutes every day. Right? So you can make it, if it's online, you can make your desktop background, right? Your wallpaper, put it on your phone. If it's an actual poster board, I saw a movie the other day where someone had it on an easel in their bedroom. And I love that. Like every morning waking up to this, vision board of like the life you want to create, or the career that you want to get, or the places you want to go, seeing it every day, and really every day connecting in to those images, to how you want to feel, maybe right before you start to do some job search tasks, right? Start to do some networking or applying to jobs. Get in that zone, connect to those feelings, get in alignment. And here's the thing, is that it's a honing mechanism, right? So if you can connect to those feelings consistently, it allows you, when you're out in the world doing a job search, networking with people, learning about different opportunities, you will have a stronger sense of what feels like it's in alignment with what you want and how you want to feel, and then what's out of alignment, where you're like, ooh, this isn't it, this isn't how I want to feel, this isn't what I'm trying to cultivate. So those are some quick tips. Any last thoughts on the vision board?
2 things to add
Okay,
there.
great.
And I love that honing in, because that's how we rise above the subconscious, right? And we're more intentional, and we're using the space that we're creating to actually find our next job. And the other tip that I have for clients often is, when you are actually cutting those images out or finding them online, play music that inspires you.
Okay.
So there's so many songs that align with how we wish we were living, or make us remember when we were ultimately very happy and goal-driven. Whatever it is, make a playlist and play that as you're creating this. So that's one tip. The last tip is, think of it as a living, breathing document. So as you hone in, as you learn more on the job search, as you learn more about yourself, if you take the time and the space, add to this, edit it. It is not something that's set in stone, and the more you use it as that tool, the more effective and helpful it is.
Yeah, I love all that. And I just, one more client story. I don't know if you remember this, but in our group coaching, we had a lawyer who, she decided to do a vision board, had never done one before. She was trying to answer the question of, like, should I stay in law? I'm not sure. She was a new mom. She was feeling unsettled. She sat down to do a vision board, and she was kind of blown away by the images that she was choosing. It surprised her. She was choosing images that really elicited, like, peace and calm. And her, job as a lawyer is, like, fast-paced, high-powered, intense, right? Not those same feelings. And I think it was a big aha moment for her of, like, getting into that subconscious of, like, what am I actually craving?
Yeah.
And, to see it, visually in front of her, and see, like, whoa, I'm craving more peace, I'm craving more calm. And that's not what I'm getting in my current job. I think it allowed her to kind of do that reset that you talked about of, like, oh, okay, that's what I had before, intense, high pace, stressful. What I'm moving towards is more calm and more peace. How do I start connecting to those feelings now? And where do those opportunities exist where I can get more of that? So just another example of, like, the power of what this vision board exercise could really do for someone in a job search.
And what I love about that story, which I remember, is that this person that was our client didn't have she didn't think creative bone in her body is what she said. And once she got into it, and it was such a useful tool, like Shannon shared, she also, I think, just really enjoyed noticing she had a creative side to herself. And noticing that if she put herself in the space to use that she showed up, and it was really valuable to her.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling really inspired to do a vision board.
Let's go do one.
All right, there. We hope that was helpful, and maybe that inspired you to also do a vision board, to spend some time, connect to where you want to be in the next phase of your life, whether that's a job, a partnership, travel, maybe where you live. You can use this for a lot of different things, but hopefully it was inspiring and helpful. And hey, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back here with a new video soon. Take care.
Take care.